spacious white room.
I was wondering how they afforded that.
And it's got the like
especially
one
in
couch
DC
and the crazy like Nike mural. That was so cool.
Oh yeah, I want to live there.
Like,
first of all, that'd be sick.
I thought that it changed throughout the movie, but I think it was the same the whole time.
It could have been her. So she worked for Nike. I think she was a graphic designer or something.
Who?
I think Leslie's like character was a graphic designer or something. I think she like painted for Nike.
She did say something about my drafting table.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
So I think she might have worked for Nike or something. Oh. But yeah, I mean that place was really big and like seemed like way out of their price range for just like, graduating college.
That's very similar to how it is in like Friends, where like they don't work a job.
Like,
exactly. They just have like a nice like 2-bedroom apartment with a nice balcony right in the dead center of Manhattan.
Joey's a struggling actor.
Struggling actor. Monica's like a struggling chef. Like she doesn't even have like a job for half the movie. I mean half the show, and then
Chandler's like the only one with the job, right? And Ross too. Ross works at the museum or something.
Yeah, Rachel's literally a coffee barista.
Yeah,
and she
is also. I wonder if that like could be realistic, and maybe just price of rent was just like extremely low back then.
I doubt it. No way.
But I mean, it's all like variable. So I mean, like they could have been making that much if rent was that low.
That's true.
Yeah, I think that's another thing too about the movie that I thought was really interesting. Going back to that, is that like if we're looking at realisticness of the whole movie, I would say yeah, there's definitely like a large portion of it that's realistic, but like the apartment, first of all, not realistic. I don't think that Kirby going like to all those hoops to like get this girl and like doing all that stuff. I don't think that's realistic. I think that would have been a restraining order for sure.
Yeah.
And then if we go to like Billy's seat in the car,
that was uncomfortable.
I don't think that if I was Jules, I would not want to talk to Billy like
that was really uncomfortable.
Long time.
That was probably uncomfortable. A sexual assault, pretty much.
Yeah, it was for sure a sexual assault.
Yeah.
That's
what I'm saying. Like Billy was a degenerate, and like
she goes no, and he goes, "Who says no?" She's like,
"Why do you emotionally?" Actually,
like, I do.
Kind of pushes her head, which is really that was uncomfortable. But
which I wonder if that was like I don't know. Going back to a different movie, but I've seen Kids, which is I think about the 80s too, but it seems that like that culture was like very much so like 80s thing where like stuff like that happened, and like I feel like not that it was seen as like a joke, but I feel like a lot of people brushed that off, and we're like, because if you think about it, like she doesn't tell anyone, boys will be boys type stuff, like because Jules doesn't tell any of her friends about Billy, like I don't know. It's just like that would definitely not fly today.
That just shows the difference of cultures, and that's a good change, obviously.
Yeah. I think also good change is that not everyone's railing coke at every party or every like bar event,
Yeah. Also, apparently, it's very easy to get a job in the Korean mafia.
Korean mafia?
Wasn't the guy a Korean
mafia?
Mafia?
Mr. Kim was
because Billy had a job. I got a job with the Korean mafia.
Okay.
And then later in the movie, Kirby got a job with the Korean. Here's my house.
just to throw the party.
Oh right, his house. Kirby was like, not Kirby. Billy was sleeping with that girl, right? Wasn't the Korean mafia dude's like?
Yeah. That was like kind of that was a fast scene. I was like, I kind of forgot
Mr. Kim, you're not supposed to be home till Thursday.
Yeah. Also, just not even phased at all. He's just like, oh, what's up?
Nah, Billy's been here before.
He's been through that rodeo a couple times for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think if we're never mind. I think one of my favorite parts about how the movie ended was like they all kind of go through their own thing, and then the thing with Jules, and they all realize like, yeah, like we need to grow up.
Yeah.
Like it's time for us to grow up. But Kirby's going back to law school. Leslie and Alex aren't getting back together. They're all gonna find themselves. They become adults, and they're like, so go to the bar, and then they're like their first adult decision is, no, let's go get brunch.
Yeah, like, there's too many kids here.
That's just such a like 23-year-old thing to do. Like, yeah, let's get brunch.
That makes me sad.
Go get some mimosas.
The day when it's like, oh, let's get some brunch. I'm like, come on.
But I also feel like too, it's like
undergrad.
That's when
I think everything and like it just comes with getting older. I feel like everything runs its course in a way. So like looking back on like high school stuff, going to like a high school sporting event was like the epitome of the weekend. You'd go to like the football games, that'd be pretty fun.
Yeah.
Now looking at a high school football game. I wouldn't necessarily want to go to a high school football game right now. Being a college student, like you want to hang out with your friends, go to bars and stuff.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's like the very now thing to do. And I feel like, when we get to that age where like we're graduated, we're going to be like, we're going to hit that point where we're also like, I'm kind of done with that whole scene too. Like it's time to start focusing on like the long run, the long haul.
Yeah, I feel like that's really realistic.
Time to start focusing on brunch.
Start focusing on brunch.
A lot of kids who graduate, I think, are the same way. They probably have that moment where like, at the end of the movie we were talking about, they just like, all right, we got to move on from this. And like, that's also like just kind of shows you got to appreciate like the time you're in because it's not going to last. You can't always go to a college bar and to be the same as it.
True. All you have is now.
Exactly.
I mean, I would say overall it's like a really good movie. I mean, I'm fine with the 6.4 rating, honestly. I wouldn't say that it's like, I wouldn't say it's like a crazy, like amazing film, like stand out. But I think it is stand out in its own way. Yeah. I think it's definitely like, if you think 80s movies, I think you think Breakfast Club. I think you think Ferris Bueller's Day Off. I think that's 80s for sure. Right?
Yeah, yeah.
I think you think St. Elmo's Fire has to be in that rotation. I think you think Top Gun.
It's kind of more
Risky Business.
It's kind of more a background movie. Not a lot of people know it, but like
but it's it's a good gem and diamond in the rough, if you will. I told my mom I watched it. She was like, "Oh, really? I like that movie."
Yeah, exactly.
It's nice.
It's big with the parents for sure.
That was their time.
Yeah.
So anyway.
Also interesting.
Actually, it came out in '85. My mom graduated college 1984.
Okay.
So like it's literally
I
about
her. Yeah, that's good though.
Also, Demi Moore's character, so Jules.
Demi Moore.
Very interesting because
she's pretty famous.
She's very famous. She's in Ghost. I'm talking about this shit.
Her and Rob Lowe, two biggest people in there.
I find it funny that she
and Rob Lowe, two like big stars in that movie.
Yeah. Emilio Estevez in a lot of other stuff too. Not just the Brad Pitt stuff, I feel like.
Yeah, his father. I'm pretty sure his father. Anyone see Apocalypse Now?
Charlie Sheen's
his brother. Right?
Yeah, Charlie Sheen's his brother. I forget their dad's name.
But his father,
Martin Sheen.
His father, his actor. He plays a character who fights in Vietnam, and his son, or Emilio Estevez, plays the guy who creeps on a girl. And
really?
Emilio Estevez Emilio Estevez also played a guy who fights in Vietnam in Platoon.
Oh, true.
Oh, he plays that?
No, Charlie Sheen's in Platoon. I don't think Emilio Estevez is.
Wait, Charlie Sheen...
Willem Dafoe's in that movie.
Yeah, so his father and his brother are war heroes in movies. And he is a creepy guy who...
And in The Breakfast Club, he's a jock who beats up nerds.
Oh, yeah.
It's funny, though, because even The Breakfast Club, he's kind of a goofy character, too.
Yeah.
That's
why, like, a lot of the characters, like, you could almost picture them being like the guys from Breakfast Club, but like growing up.
So okay,
like Bender becomes Alec in some parallel universe, and whatever her name is becomes Leslie.
Oh yeah, because she's in the Breakfast Club too. Yeah,
she was the one with the hair.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
I can't remember her name.
That was so gross.
Snowflakes.
I don't know why they had like
the Coke and like the sugar for her lunch.
Oh my god,
and the sandwich.
But I would say that's the biggest thing, because I found St. Elmo's Fire in high school watching it because of the Breakfast Club.
Yeah.
And I was like always like Ferris Bueller, the Breakfast Club, like those two like 80s movies, like this is fire movies obviously. But the one character, the one actor that like I think is like super dynamic is Judd Nelson, who plays Bender in the Breakfast Club, and then Alec.
Yeah, I didn't realize that.
Total opposites.
Halfway through I watched the movie, I didn't realize it's the same character. I was like, whoa, same actor.
No, I mean that's the thing. That's the thing. Yeah.
Dynamic.
Yeah, very dynamic.
Very
he also went to Harvard.
roles.
Smart dude.
Yeah. Going back to Emilio Estevez, he's like his actor's like very short. His characters he plays are very short fuse. He's like, you know, like he's all angry. He gets like kind of anger issues. Pretty funny. Like he's always. I feel like complex. He's usually the comedy relief though. Like I said before.
I'd agree.
With just a little sprinkle in some depth. Honestly, not in St. Elmo's Fire.
Like a little bit of creep,
a little bit of spice,
a little bit of stalker, a little bit of restraining order.
It's also interesting too that I don't know. Besides, like, I mean, Andrew McCarthy and I would say Mare Winningham, who plays Wendy, are the only two like that really like aren't in other movies.
And I looked it up. Andrew McCarthy is not the stepdad from the Santa Claus.
Oh, he's not.
It's not him.
Unfortunate. Okay.
Similar faces.
They do. They look alike.
It could have been a young that guy.
Yeah, it's his son in a long lost world.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, that's the interesting. Like, Rob Lowe, obviously, Emilio Estevez, been a lot of stuff. Demi Moore's huge. Judd Nelson's big actor. Ali Sheedy, too, is a big actress, I'm pretty sure. Besides the Brat Pack stuff, I'm not too familiar with her stuff, but I'm pretty sure she's been in a lot.
I think the actress who played Dale, I could be wrong, because she was kind of tall, but Emilio Estevez might just be short. I think she's the same. She was the girl in Groundhog Day.
Oh.
Yeah, I think
I could see that.
He almost definitely was, because Bill Murray's like 6'2".
Interesting.
Is he actually? He's tall?
Yeah.
I did not know that. Hold on. I'm now going to look this up because I'm super interested.
Boogie boogie. Ha ha ha.
Ha ha ha. Yeah, that was it.
All right. Cast. Let's see. So you said that she is the Groundhog's Day person?
Yeah.
She has been in Groundhog's Day. You were right. Yeah, she is.
That's her. I knew it. I immediately recognized her face.
Yeah, she's a pretty woman. Good looking gal. What else has she been? She's been in a lot of stuff, actually. She was... Actually, no, she's not. I lied to your face.
How could you?
But she's in Footloose. The new one, though. It's not really anything to talk about. She's in Magic Mike. Interesting. Yeah, she's in some stuff.
Wait, she's in the new Footloose?
Yeah, she's in the 2011 one, apparently.
I didn't know that. I watched that like somewhat recently with my mom and my sister.
So if you guys ever want to email our podcast, we would love to hear what your thoughts are on St. Elmo's Fire. Maybe a movie suggestion.
Yeah.
Or take movie suggestions.
Want to like maybe insult us a little bit. I would love to hear that.
Yeah, chirp the hell out of us. Tell us where we need to like shut up and stick to the script a little bit.
We love some constructive criticism. We're just full out of roasting. I'm okay with that. So if you want to email us, it's sos.cinema.sos@gmail.com. So sos.cinema.sos@gmail.com.
And cinema is CINEMA.
And SOS is SOS.
And if you didn't get that, you spell SOS and it's S and then O and then an S.
And then a dot, which is not the letter. No, it's not the number. No, it's not. It's not the word dot. It's the symbol dot. And then it's cinema, which is
CIME.
You spelled it wrong.
Did I actually?
How do you spell
CIMENA, I think. I'm pretty sure.
That's Cinema.
Cinnamon. SOS Cinnamon.
No, I'm right. It's CINEMA.
Yeah.
Cinema.
You just said
Cinema.
CIMENA.
@gmail.com.
Well, we forget that I said that then. But yeah, I mean,
should we tell them the next movie we're watching? So if they want to, maybe watch it.
Yeah.
The next movie we're watching is Hereditary. It's a horror film that came out in 2018.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty fire.
A24.
We'll be talking about it later this week, and I hope you there to listen to us.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, Loki actually, because we're editing this a bit too, right?
Give a part. I don't think we are editing this at all, actually.
Really?
I mean, I can't crop. It's hard to crop audio.
Uncut.
It's uncut
in the flesh. All right, that's fine. I mean, yeah, this is just in the flesh.
So suggest the idea of in live.
All right, no. I was gonna wonder. I was asking Steve a question. Is it an A24 film? Like
it is an A24 film. I forget.
I love
the name of the director, but it's the same guy who directed Midsommar.
Yeah, we'll talk about that next time. But anyway, this was fun.
Yeah. So we'll do this. We'll be dropping videos.
Just audio, but
just
maybe
podcast
someday we'll get the video, but we'll see.
Yeah. Thanks for tuning in.
All right, cue the music.
Cue the